This is Aaron Golub, host of the Blind Ambition podcast. We'll be bringing you world-class leaders, entrepreneurs, and athletes, people who have overcome obstacles and used their ambition to create enormous success in their lives. If you enjoy this podcast, if you get anything out of it, the only thing I'll ever ask is that you subscribe, rate, and review. Hope you enjoy. What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining again this week. I'm joined by a really good friend of mine, Mike Soares. Mike and I have been trying to get this going for a while now. Super stoked to have him here. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm great, bro. I truly appreciate you having me on this today. Like you said, we've been trying to get this scheduled in the calendar, but you're super busy. I'm super busy, but I'm glad we can finally come together on this podcast and talk about fitness and motivation and all that, bro. So super excited.
Same here, man. And, for those of you that don't know Mike is the founder of New Human, and it's really I'll let you kind of dive into it, but a fitness brand, a fitness company that's really exploded over the past couple of years. And why don't you give a little background on yourself and New Human, Mike?
Yeah, of course. So I'm from Boston. Aaron and I actually interned together when we were both in college at what was it called? Athletic Republic.
Athletic Republic. Dude, back when I wanted to go into fitness back then, and I thought about it a lot, and it ended up not being the right path for me. But that's how we got connected. I'm so thankful I did that internship, man.
Yeah, and then we reconnected. So I became a trainer at Equinox as soon as I graduated from Bridgewater State. Studied exercise science, and I've been a trainer for 4 years. I actually left Equinox last month to go full time in my own business, which is a huge jump, but I haven't looked back. It's been the busiest I've been, but in a good way. I'm so motivated because it's my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I was done helping somebody else make their dream come true. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's time for me. But anyways, Aaron and I rekindled that at Equinox. You know what I'm saying? I've been having a little training here and there, but yeah, man. So been a trainer for 4 years. I have a fitness app, which last year we had a little over 1,000 people subscribe throughout the year, which is that was the big goal, and to see it actually happen was really cool. But I started New Human because a lot of people would reach out to train with me, but I didn't have the time. I had a lot of in-person clients, so I started training people virtually. I was running virtual sessions back in 2019. New Human started in January 2019, so we were almost a year ahead of the virtual game. So then when COVID happened, obviously everybody was stuck at home. So my team and I, we were lucky that we already had the virtual Zoom workouts, the steps already set, you know what I'm saying? So then once COVID happened, it was, I don't want to say COVID was a blessing because that's never a thing, but it was good that everybody was home and then had to figure out other ways to become fit. And we already had the system in place for when that whole situation happened. Because virtual fitness is not going anywhere. People now have no excuse not to work out. If you can't get to the gym, do a workout at home. If you can't get to a session, train virtually. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
New Human's been
it's interesting how that's going to play out because I know for myself, I'm so happy that gyms are really open back up here again because that's I love lifting weights. That's my thing in the morning. I love doing that. But a lot of people aren't going to go back to gyms. A lot of people are going to stay at the at-home workouts, and that's what they enjoy.
100%. And it's our New Human Fitness platform. We came out with that in February 2020, and a lot of it was at home workouts. But then as certain locations, the gym memberships started opening back up, instead of just having bodyweight programs on there, we started adding gym programs. So then people can have some sort of structured program to follow. Because Aaron, you've been lifting for so many years. There's a lot of people out there that are just starting off with the gym. So for some people, they have no guidance. They don't know where to go. So then that platform creates that guidance for them. You know what I'm saying? They now have an educated trainer's perspective on how to properly train if you're going to the gym 3 times, or if you only want to use dumbbells. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of versatility behind New Human.
100%. Man, what was the driving factor between A, starting it back in 2019, and B, making that jump from leaving Equinox to going full-time with New Human?
Of course. I've always wanted to start my own thing. My family, my mom's ran her own business. My dad's ran his own business in the past, my brothers. So the entrepreneurship has been in the fam, but I was damn, I really need to figure out my own thing. So started New Human. I hesitated for a few months. I had the idea for about 5 months before I said it to anybody. And I was wow, what if I fail? What if I do a shitty job? What if the people I train don't get great results? But like after I overcame those negative thoughts, like I'm so grateful that like I didn't let those thoughts stop me from starting New Human, because it's changed literally thousands of lives all around the world. And once I started realizing that like this is my calling, like I was like, listen, like Equinox has been great. It's been a great stepping stone, great to further me in my personal training career. But I had to take that leap. And it was a scary one because I was like, damn, like what if I fail? What if, you know what I'm saying? But I took that leap of faith. And like I said, bro, I'm so grateful to have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been amazing.
Yeah. And you know what I find really interesting is like the support system you have, not only within kind of the trainers that you've built as a part of New Human, but the community that you've built around it, the people that work with you on the business side, it's just so many people on your side and in your corner. It's really amazing to see.
Yeah. And on the side of the community standpoint, we have a very strong community, because something else I want to make sure my business was unique. I love giving back. That's why I'm a trainer. I love helping people become healthy, because then if they're healthier, they're happier. If they're happier, they're going to then have a ripple effect of like this positive influence around the world.
Yeah.
But I'm also a big advocate of helping the future, which is the kids. And we donate to a different children's health foundation every single month. Sometimes we donate to different foundations not related to kids, but I'd say like 80% of the things we donate to have to do with kids and like less like underprivileged kids, or like a certain foundation or nonprofit, because we want to give back. And that's what I tell people. If you're participating in a New Human event, you're helping yourself while helping others. And that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Just helping more people.
Yeah, man, it's so powerful. I mean, it's the same thing of like, I love doing a lot of speeches for free and things for nonprofits, because it gives back. I love giving my time to help others, and it's something we have in common, and I really do admire that about you.
No, 100%, bro. And shoot, I might have to book you to come speak to the team soon.
Dude, that or we'll off the book later, but we'll have to schedule sometime a New Human event where I come speak to the community and help out with something.
Yeah.
But man, where do you see things going in the future? Like where do you see things down the line with the app, with the community, with the brand that you're building? What's the goals for the future?
My true goal is to make fitness accessible for anybody in the world.
Yeah.
Where like, for example, like I train people in person, but some people can't afford that. So anybody can afford 20, like not literally everybody, but like anybody who's in a position to like, spend their time training can afford a $20 app. And like, that's like 2 meals out you could save to be fit for a month. You know what I'm saying? So making an affordable fitness platform so more people have guidance to be fit, then no one has the excuse. Then it's just up to the individual. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that don't know how to become fit or don't have the resources, but if you're willing to make that sacrifice, save up a little money and then go train, like fitness will be accessible to you. 100%. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to make fitness accessible to anybody in the world, and also trying to build up New Human to become that next Nike, that next Puma, you know what I mean? And it's one step at a time, but at the same time, like it's growing faster than I thought. Like, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Man, I know we were talking about this before our call, but I see so many similarities in you and me and everything that we're doing, because, you just said it, you want to become the next Nike, the next Puma, the next whatever that name brand is. And for me, it's more focused on like, how do I take my career as a speaker to become the next Ed Milet or the next Les Brown or the next Eric Thomas or whatever it may be. And it's how do I become that name brand person, where how do you become that name brand company? And it's a process. It's a long journey. And honestly, a lot of the time it really sucks. And I think that that's not highlighted enough. And it's not shown how hard that process is. And people don't understand that. I mean, like social media, and, I'm guilty of this too. Social media is about your highlights because that's what people like to see. But so many people need to see more of the journey, the process, the struggle, because man, there's so many days and nights of like stress, anxiety,
bro,
long hours that just like suck.
People don't see the hustle. I'll talk about it a little bit, bro. Like when I was a personal trainer, the first year I was a trainer, I only graduating in 2017, from June to December, I only made $8,000. I was a slow bloomer. I didn't know how to sell. Like, I didn't have that kit with me. I knew how to train people. I didn't know how to sell, you know what I'm saying? In the following year, blew up, you know what I'm saying? And then you keep going. Fast forward 3 years, I'm like, for the past few years, I've been making six figures. I've been lucky enough to do that, while helping people. And it's given me like the financial comfort to then expand and do projects such as buying clothes and then donating it, or like doing this, you know what I'm saying? So there's different possibilities, but like people don't see the grind of like being at the gym 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. There's some nights I slept at Equinox because I was like, I'm here until 10 and I have to be back here at 5:30. What's the point of commuting an hour and a half? Because when I first started, I was living in Milford, Central Mass. So like it was an hour and a half commute each way with traffic, or the train. With the train was an hour plus a 20-minute drive. Like I look back and laugh, and also I'm super appreciative that like I had to go through that grind. Like, or even like you were saying, some days you have ups, some days you have downs. Like today, I had one of those self-doubting moments, being like, damn, like what am I doing? But then you got to get out of that headspace. But it's natural. It's natural to allow those emotions to flow, because then you become a human being. You know what I'm saying? You experience the highs and lows, which makes everything you're much more grateful for everything. You know what I'm saying? But
100%, dude. It's so important to talk about. You know, I love that journey. I love everything you have going on, everything that, you are going to do in the future. Do you think that you're going to continue to have more of your kind of new human events, whether it be virtually or hopefully in person this summer? How are those structured? How is that going to work out once we're allowed to?
Yeah. So I would love, my main goal, once again, I would love to continue creating that virtual gym aspect where we're creating online events, online workouts, online webinars, motivational speaking, having you pull up, having guest speakers, you know what I'm saying? Yep. But I also love that human interaction, you know what I'm saying? All summer through a company called Seaport Sweat, where they found me through New Human, which was pretty cool. But through Seaport Sweat, we were running outdoor socially distanced workouts all summer. Yeah, my classes were sold out. We were allowed to have 50 people outside. They were sold out every single week. And I want to continue having that community aspect of the in-person events, because that's truly what I love, is like seeing people, you know what I'm saying? But also like the virtual side, like that's the reality of life now. There's a lot of things going on virtually. We got to just try to continue pushing that and making it better and better every time we run an event. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, dude, 100%.
Trying to tackle everything. You know what I mean?
And one thing that I really want to get into, because you're similar to me in this aspect of, you're so regimented, you're so busy, and you have to find a way to structure your days, your time. What does your systems look like to not only structure your time in a way to allow you to get everything done, but to not get overworked, to not get exhausted, to stay fresh, whether it be at 5 a.m. when you're waking up, or 10 p.m. when you're finishing up the day?
Bro, balance. I literally have the word balance tattooed on me. Like, I'm all about balance. I work a lot, but I make sure that I enjoy my true time. Yeah. Like before, I used to think like the best workers, the most hardest workers are the people that are fucking grinding for 14 hours a day. But then obviously it got to a point where I got burnt out. And now my work day is much more structured. I structure everything, like my Google Calendar. Like this, some people may think it's crazy, but everything's color coded. If it's a session, it's this. If it's here, it's this color, this, that, third. If I'm like, I got a phone call with a friend, like I'm adding it to my calendar, but that's how I like it.
Same.
And I used to think that like my calendar had to be filled. Now I'm learning the more empty my calendar is, the more efficient I'm becoming. And the more efficient I am. Go ahead.
No, I mean, and you might take a different perspective to this, but in my opinion, I think that yes, it needs to be empty in some spaces, but I don't like to let those spaces actually stay empty on my calendar. Exactly. Like I will literally time block, 2 hours tomorrow that just like, block off, think, like review my bill, whatever, just like chill, like where no one else can touch that time.
It's like adding purpose to everything. Like when I say my calendar is more empty, I mean empty from physical work. Like for example, today before this call, I blocked off hour, like hour of reading. I didn't get to it. So I'm upset, but guess what I'm going to do right after this? I'm going to read, you know what I'm saying? Like blocking, creating purpose and having something to look forward to. Like if I'm like, I'm going to go on a walk with my girlfriend, I'm going to add that to my calendar. And that's just how I am. And it then gives me things to look forward to, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
making everything, like I was always taught, give your work to the busiest man, he'll get it done. Like if somebody's organized, they're gonna figure out how to continue to be organized and be more efficient. And I'm just going through that battle right now, my internal battle of how can I become the most efficient person while still helping the maximum amount of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, it's so true. Like it's funny because like some of the busiest people that I'm, have amazing relationships are like you and Sam. And then Sam's, someone who helps both me and Mike on the back end on a lot of stuff. And the three of us are all extremely busy. But if I ask a friend, who just has like a normal 9 to 5 job and is kind of all over the place to, for a favor, they're probably never going to get done or never get back to me, or just, it's going to be a shit show for lack of a better word. But like, if I ask you or Sam for something, or you or Sam ask me for anything, like I know it's getting done very quickly
100%.
because
100%.
the three of us know how to time block. The three of us know how to get things done.
100%, bro. Like literally the minute you texted me being like, yo, I want you on Blind Ambition, I'm like, boom, right there. I'm gonna book it right now. I'm gonna add it to my calendar right now. I texted you within a minute. Boom, we're all set. That's how it has to be, bro. Like, but also, I mean, it's also, some people just have never been taught that, and it's okay. And like, my mindset, I'm a very happy person because I like to think that when people are negative, it's their self projections and stuff like that, but also like, they were never taught that. So like having conversations like this is then informing people that like, listen, you can live a life like this and be efficient and still be super busy and super successful, but also you don't have to be sleeping 2 hours a night. Like you can, like I get my 7 hours of sleep every single night. Like I make sure that I have that balance, and that's what allows me to succeed more. You know what I mean? There's going to be times where you're going to be working and hustling and being in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? But that pays off. And then from there, you grow and grow and grow.
And I think it comes down to truly loving and having a passion for what you do. Also, like, I love to say, like, I don't work. I do activities that I get paid for. And like I enjoy what I do. There are very few days in the year that I wake up in the morning and I'm like, fuck, I have to do this today. It's 99% of the time I get to do this. I get to do that because I don't surround myself with people that I don't want to work with. I say it like, I won't take on a client. Like I turned down a client a few weeks ago that, do I wish I could have taken? Somewhat, but it just like wasn't a good fit. It was going to make me miserable. It wasn't going to be a good time. And I have the ability to do that. And I'm fortunate that I've built a system that I can do that. But like, man, it's loving what you do is so important.
100%. And like going back to it, like kind of what I was saying, something to look forward to in your calendar, giving yourself purpose. Like I'm not sitting here. My purpose isn't, okay, let me figure out how to make $20,000 this month. It's like, no, it's let me figure out how to help people. Let me find a product or create a product that will help people go from point A to point B that has value. And then the money's the surplus. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, and that's how you should structure everything. The money will come. And like some people want that quick result. And it's like, if it's not true.
But we all want that. Like, trust me, like, would I love to make $100,000 tomorrow? Who wouldn't? Obviously. Like, like obviously. But the point is like, put the systems in place, do the work, follow the process, and the money will come. Like I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to make a lot of money in my lifetime, but like, that's not the number one purpose. Like I think that first off, if you focus on money being your number one reason for doing something, then you're doing the wrong thing. But as an entrepreneur, obviously money has to be in the top 3 or top 5, but it can't be the number one. The number one has to be something else.
Exactly, bro. Woo, I love having these conversations. They pump me up.
I know. And honestly, dude, you and I could talk for hours, but man, first off, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you, your content, your presence on social media and stuff like that?
Of course. So my fitness platform, there's a 3-day free trial, and then it's just $20 a month. You can even choose a yearly subscription if you'd like. And that's at joinnewhuman.com. And then my Instagram is new_human. And then if you want my personal one, it's at MOARES ARES3, Morris 3. But yeah, man, once again, joinnewhuman.com. And then for everybody who's on my side, Aaron, who wants to find you, what's your socials?
Man, it's at Aaron J. Golub. You can find my website, aarongolub.com. That has links to pretty much everything, but Instagram and social media is really just Aaron J. Golub.
Mm-hmm. Love it, bro. Well, I appreciate you having me on this. Yo, this got me pumped. This gave me the motivation I needed this week.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed it at all, if you got one thing out of it, we'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you.